What's good, y'all? Listen, I decided to go on and finish this week's episodes of Love is Blind. So, this is episode 11, season 7, The Risk of Falling in Love. So, this episode, and please disregard that, it's work that's being done in the house. So, gotta do what we gotta do, you know? But, anywho, in this one, we pick up with Hannah and Nick getting back to their apartment after the flapper party. I thought that the party I thought that in this episode we would get more of that party, and we would see some other people show up, but actually no. They went in a different direction this season. Um like totally different because they didn't do all the messy things they do where they bring all the other people's exes back and try to create or see if they can stir up some drama that way. Like I said, the only people that showed up was Bowden. I think her name was Kate or Katie. Anyhow, her and Nick did sit down and have a conversation. And she basically was saying much of the same as Hannah. That like they had a connection for the first couple days. But then she realized or she started to wonder if he's mature enough. Because I'm guessing they talked about their home lives and stuff. And learning that he does still live at home with his parents. And his parents mostly pay for everything. I think Nick only pays for like car insurance, car payments, or something like that. I don't even think he pays for the car insurance, to be honest. But anywho, like these women are much more further along in their responsibilities, and maybe they don't want to raise a man or teach a man, because you can't raise a man. He already grown. What you gonna do? He rather act like a boy. I forget the rest because I don't know the whole song like that, but that's what it's giving. They don't want to raise a man. Um, so them two have that conversation and they go on. Then next thing you know, like I said, Hannah and Nick get home and she talking itch to him once again, talking down on him. I knew she was gonna have an issue about the fact that he even had a conversation with Katie by himself in front of everybody, but they was like off to the side or whatever. My whole thing is this. Any amount of time of him sitting down talking to Katie was going to be an issue for Hannah. Hannah is insecure as F. Hannah is steady picking him apart. Hannah is very condescending and very demeaning in her speech to him. She talks down to him all the time. And like I said, him even entertaining or even having a conversation with Katie, period, was going to be an issue for her. Because she already started out feeling the way that Katie told her, oh, he is handsome. Like, she felt the way that Katie did that. But instead of taking it out on Katie, making Katie know, like that's an issue for me. Don't keep telling me my man handsome. Because she said it more than once, you know? But she didn't say that to Katie. Like, she didn't put Katie in her place, basically. She gonna take it out on it. So, like I said, because she upset with that, she's gonna put it on Nick and pick something apart that he does. And what he do, have a conversation with that girl. Even if he would have sat down and only talked to her for 2 minutes, she would have said it was, you talked to her for 45 minutes to an hour, she gonna blow it out of proportion. So then, he gets to go out with her, and no, let me just say this: in this conversation, she talking down to him as soon as they get in the house, and she all like, "Cause I raised you from a boy to a fucking man." When, girl? When? So again, they go out with two of her other friends, and in the middle of her rant to Nick, she was going on and on like, because that's my best friend, and he even said like, if you want more answers, why didn't you just go and ask her what we talked about? Cause you saying you and this girl is best friends. So y'all best friends that went into the pods together, or she was your best friend in the pods? Hannah. Like Hannah is, she didn't like that man as soon as she came out and saw him for the first time. But she wanted to keep carrying it on. I don't know how much these people get paid per episode or whatever it is. But you went on with it knowing that you didn't really care for this man. And there, every moment thereafter, you kept finding reasons to pick him apart. And then you want to keep saying, but I love you. I love you. No, that's not love, girl. And if that is love, who the fuck wants that? So again, as I was getting ready to say, they go out, they go meet up with some friends of hers, Adriana, and Hannah. It's another girl named Hannah. And these two friends are much more of the same. They have the same mindset as Hannah. She not asking you to do too much. You know, y'all two together, everything is yours together. All she asking you to do is like communicate with her, show her you love her, and walk the dog, take care of the dog and stuff like that. Pick up around the house. That is not all that girl asking him to do. That's not all it. Now, granted, Nick does need to mature, and he need to show that he can like take care of things. Cause she keeps saying like she don't feel like he can take care of her, cause she the one that's so mature and so much further along. Cause she been doing things on her own longer. Nick keep acquiescing. I think I can. I love her. I want to make this work. The more she keeps berating him and being condescending, demeaning him in private and in public, this man keeps shriveling up. Keeps shriveling up. He about this big at this moment. But I love you and I want to make it work. Why? Why, Nick? Why do you want to make something work with a person who belittles you as much as Hannah is belittling you? Why, Nick? Nick, eat the mushroom like Mario Brothers. Eat the mushroom, get big, and stand the fuck up. The writing is on the wall. This lady don't like you. There is no relationship in which the person constantly nags and demeans you and belittles you all the time. That's not what love is. That is not compromise. That is her taking you like a lump of dough and beating you and beating you, kneading you and kneading you to make you into what she wants. Where is she compromising for you? Tell me. And to be honest, if you think going down the aisle, saying I do, and when the cameras go off, things will get better, they are not. And you can't get married based on a premise like that. You can't get married thinking it's going to get better. No, get married thinking this is how they are at this moment. If they change for the better, great. But also, they could change for worse. You just don't know. It's a flip. It's a toss. I want you to stand up, Nick. Jesus. All right. Taylor and Garrett, they in San Diego. He does go meet her family. He said he can see himself living there. They go to a Padres game, or at least that's what it looks like. We see him meet her mother on camera and a couple people in her family. I think it might have been some cousins at some little restaurant or whatever. Next thing you know, they're back in D.C. because it's about time to go wedding dress shopping. Tyler and Ashley, they go on a date to the go-kart racing, indoor go-kart racing, and they have a conversation on the side. And actually, to me, my personal opinion, Tyler's superpower is playing into I have emotional intelligence. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. And he'll whip them tears out and then, because that's his weapon. That's his weapon against women. Because we all love, stand a man who can be emotionally available in our eyes and can be vulnerable. We see a man get choked up and be emotional and shed a couple tears. Oh my God, that breaks us down to our brick pads and we get sucked in. And the fact is, this man uses that on her to keep her right where he needs her to be. I'm never not gonna look at him with the side eye and everything he does with the side eye, wondering how genuine it is because of all that's come out about him. And that's why I feel like he keeps doing this whole thing where you getting me emotional, you getting me in my feels, and all that stuff. And it's like, do I believe you? No. But anyway, they gonna forge ahead with the marriage and all that. They're gonna get married, they say. Ramses, Ramses and Marissa are, having conversation. Once again, they go on a little date too. So it's like everybody goes on this other date. I think, yeah, they do. First of all, no, not everybody. The ladies, it's time to go wedding dress shopping. So the ladies show up for wedding dress shopping. The men go for the tux. And Vanessa comes in. And by the way, I have noticed they have rarely shown Nick and Vanessa, and I'm so happy about it. So happy about it. They go wedding dress shopping. And I forget, Vanessa comes in, Hannah's not there. And I forget if it was Ashley who said it. Ashley, Marissa, or Taylor. I forget which one said it, but they was like, she decided not to come. And then we see her at the apartment with her mom, talking to her mother. And already from that, I knew that she decided to end things with Nick. So she talking to her mother and stuff. And then the women go on, they try on dresses. Ashley looked great in both dresses, but I preferred dress number one. That was so pretty. It fit her very well. I like dress number one better. It had like a panel on the side that was see through, and the rest of it, but it was just on the sides right here. You didn't see no side boobs or anything. It just Ashley is so pretty. And by the way, her mom is so pretty. And then seeing her mom, at first I was like, she looked just like her dad. But when you see her mom, you can see her mom in her features too. It's just she got her dad's complexion. So I liked Ashley's dress a lot. The mom cried. Ashley got emotional, teared up. But she picked dress number two. Then we see Marissa. Marissa tried two dresses. She tried the ball gown. And the mother was trying to sell her on that ball gown for a second. And the cousin, god sister, whoever that was, her friend from childhood. I think her name was like Brenda or something like that. But she was just like, you like her in that child, but she's a woman. So she don't need no ball gown. And plus to me, Marissa is too tiny for the ball gown look. I feel like she should have had something more A-line or trumpet fit. Or mermaid. And so she went and picked out something else. And it was basically like a mermaid fit. And it fit her. It was so pretty. So pretty. And she chose that one. So she chose her second dress. And then Taylor did the same thing. Taylor tried on a dress. The first dress, it was pretty, but it also gave a little bit plain. It had it was sweetheart neckline, looked like a corset up here. And the corset part had some kind of overlay on it. It was like lace and beaded a little bit, but kind of like understated. And she was and the skirt was like a princess cut skirt, but it had like pleats around the waist and the legs, and it looked super plain to me. And she was like, it got pockets. And I was like, ooh, yes, you know us women, we love us a dress with some pockets. Pockets be making us so happy. Pockets have us in a chokehold when it comes on the dress. And I love that for us. But to me, the dress was super understated. Then she went to try on another dress. She came out in that one. That one was like a satin. It had like this little off the shoulder, like stop right here, look to it. And it was more form fitting. And it looked like she said that was going to be her dress. So the moms said their things. They all got emotional. What I did like about Marissa's mom. Side note, I didn't notice when she first met Ramses. I didn't notice that lady had a tongue ring in her mouth. And I noticed it on this episode, and I saw a bunch of other reviews talking about the fact this lady got this tongue ring. But anywho, she was talking to Brenda, Amber, whatever her name is. And she was like, you know what though? She was like, I forget what she calls Marissa, but she was like, it was something she needed. And I said, and I will say, she called him, called Ramses, and he dropped whatever he was doing and got whatever it is that she needed and made sure to get it to Taylor so Taylor can give it to her. She was like, so that made me feel like he is super genuine and he really do care about and love my daughter. She still don't agree with marriage. And I'm like, lady, you got to get some counseling and let that damn hurt go. But she basically saw him in a different light. So then everybody does these little dates or whatever. Before the wedding. The men try on their tuxes. Tyler has two friends there. A white guy and a black guy. He was like, man, this girl, she got me, y'all. She got me. I just love her so much. And he got choked up and emotional in front of them. And he was like, you crying, big dog? It's okay, big dog, or whatever. Why am I saying big dog? Because I watched Sterling K. Brown and Ryan Michelle Bethea with their sons. And he kept referring to his sons as big dog, Sterling K. Brown. Their sons are super adorable. You can tell the oldest one don't want to be on camera. The youngest one, he has both of their personalities combined. He likes the attention. He likes the cameras. But anywho, Nick goes back to the apartment. All the men figure out their tux situation. Ramses like a little bit of his sock to show. The tailor noticed that and was like, yeah, I got you. Ramses has one of his friends. He said this guy has been his friend for a long time. The guy was there when he went through with the first wife and stuff like that. Ramses is scared of, he wants this wedding to be the last one. So he got the fear of, if I get married and then some years down the line is a divorce and I'm never gonna get married again. He nervous about that. I just want to say, Ramses, I know looks can be deceiving, but your homeboy now help you beating them allegations, bro. And the allegations are that you're more fluid than you let on this show. And when I say fluid, I mean sexually fluid. That friend of yours, just by looks alone, not helping you beat those allegations. Anywho, back to Nick and Taylor in the apartment having a conversation. He has stuff in his hand. He says, should I sit? She says, yeah. In this conversation, she's once again demeaning him and trying to get him to the point so she could just say, I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to go try on a dress. I'm not going to go through with all those things because I can't marry you. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to you. I'm not getting what I want. You trying to keep acquiesce to giving me what I want. But basically, anything you do is never going to be enough because you are not who I want. That's just basically it in a nutshell. And she's been trying to tell you that all this time. And your silly tail keeps sticking around. Keep taking the beatings. For what? You ain't have to take all those beatings from her, Nick. So remember in the pods, Ashley told Tyler she wanted to skydive the day before or whatever before her wedding. They actually go skydiving. Afterwards, after they get on the ground, he was like, "That was like I could do it again." He was like, "That was like taking the biggest leap of faith." Except for when they get married. He said when we get married next week, that's going to actually be the big leap of faith. They had like a little picnic out there on the grass and stuff, having conversation. And she even brought up the kids again, like she's just gonna have to accept it, and if because she still wants to marry him, and if in the future they should want to have a relationship, she already got to resolved in her mind that she's gonna have to be open to that and accepting them, and but it's like, but he's still lying to you in this moment because he got you thinking he don't have no contact with them. He did the favor for the friend, and then that was it. That's all. He don't spend time with them kids. He don't do nothing for them. It's a whole lie. Because why you got child support cases when, like, if you was just doing a favor for a friend, you wouldn't know child support, sir. But anywho, they also talk about having babies and her saying like, because you get to do the easy part, I got to do the hard part. I got to carry the baby. I got to push the baby out my vagina. He's talking about I do something hard. I got to shoot your club up, sir. That ain't hard. Actually, you are enjoying yourself in this moment. He was like, but I'm gonna be there with you. I'm gonna hold your hand. Okay, sir. We see Marissa and Ramses go on yet another boat. One thing about it, Marissa loves a goddamn boat. Ramses, you should take this in to your mental Rolodex and lock it in. As much as she says she don't want to be in the military no more and all that kind of stuff, that woman loves herself a boat. Keep that in mind here. Keep it in mind. Because I can see her going back and saying, I want to sign up for the reserves. Like this lady want to get, every time we see them doing something, they are on the boat doing something. But they have a conversation on the boat or whatever. And about the wedding, because we still didn't see his mom or meet anybody in his family. And they brought it up about who he would have at the wedding. And he was like, it's okay because they was at the first one. Like, no. You would want them to be at your wedding, sir. You want some support, just like she gonna have support. And they still continue to talk about issues they might have and stuff like that. Working through some of the things, and she felt like she is in school. She's taking her law classes and everything. So in the midst of her doing that, going back and forth between Baltimore and the apartment they have down there, wherever they hit that apartment is, filming for the show, but she doing everything for wedding prep. He not doing anything. And he would say, because my first priority is making sure that me and you are good and we are connected. And he's placing that as more of a priority than helping her make decisions and doing things for this wedding. Sound like a bunch of bullshit to me. That's what it sounded like to me. I can't remember what kind of date Taylor and Gary had. I'm trying to recall. I can't recall. I can't recall what kind of date they had. But they do have conversation about his parents once again. And we learned that the reason he said they are upset, but they're going to be there still. My mom is really upset, but really he's saying that the mom is upset that he's going to be moving to San Diego and with this wedding. So it's like a double whammy for her. You know how mothers are about their sons. My son getting married. This lady gonna be the lady in his life. It's gonna push me off to the side. Number one, I'm not gonna have control over him like that no more. And then number two, he gonna move across the country. And honestly, I just feel like Garrett is doing a lot to appease Taylor. I want them to work, but why he gotta move to be with her family? Why can't she move here or they move somewhere in the middle? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's making a lot of compromises. He's conceding. He's not compromising because she not meeting him halfway with anything. He doing everything according to what she want to do. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think you should start a marriage like that. But that's just me. Because at some point, if things get heated and they get into some kind of argument or something like that, that might be something that he gonna bring up because he probably gonna feel a sense of resentment. Like I bend and bend and bend to your will, to what you want all the time. I even move cross country for you. I'm telling you, it's gonna come up. It's gonna rear its ugly head at some point. Anywho, and it don't have to be in the first few years. It could be some years down the line. But I'm telling you, it's gonna come up. Cause I moved across the country for you. Watch what I tell y'all. But next thing you know, we get a scene with Ramses and Marissa at the apartment, and she looking sad, and he was like, "Come on, like, I'm not saying I don't want to do this. I love you. I really, really love you." And he's still making it known about his fears of getting married once again and realizing this not it and getting a divorce. He don't want to go through that. He says she don't deserve it. And that he really loves it, and she's still trying to forge ahead with wedding. Well, it's a risk. That's what love is. And she's right. That's where we get the title of the episode. Love is a risk. We all taking a leap of faith here. We don't know where we're going to be, how we're going to feel in the next... Shit, we don't know how we're going to feel in the next 2 days, let alone the next 5 years. Like, that's a gamble that you take when you decide to love somebody. You do not know what the future will hold. So, it seems to me like Ramses is trying to break up with Marissa before they actually get to the altar. And the only scenes, we see a scene of a bride walking down. And I'm thinking it's probably Taylor and like scenes from Taylor and Ashley actually walking down the aisle. I don't think Marissa and Ramses gonna make it down the aisle, y'all. As cute as they are together, I really, really think that she should have. I think Bowden was a better match for her. I'm just gonna keep saying it. I think it should have been Bowden. I really do. And her and Ramses do look so good together. They would make some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful children. But it's just, I don't think Ramses won it. I think he loves her. He definitely enjoys their sexual chemistry. But plus they got some fundamental differences. How can you say that you're so progressive and you don't like misogynistic men and the patriarchy? But the moment this woman says, can the onus of birth control be on you with you wearing condoms? And I'm sure when she said condoms, she meant him wearing a condom. But they are female condoms too now. But how can you say that? This lady said she don't want to do birth control with pills and things, because those things, hormonal birth control does make changes in a woman's body. You're changing up her hormones. It can cause fibroids, from what I understand. It can do a lot. And you say that you feel like you support her in that, and then she say, well, the only other option is when we have sex, use a condom. And you like, I don't enjoy condom sex. So what is there left? What's left? You don't want to wear a condom, but you don't want to have kids right now. She want kids right now, but she was willing to do condom sex to keep y'all or protect y'all from having kids right away, even though she desires to have kids right away. So she was making a compromise for you, and you couldn't even compromise on using condoms for her. So that right there, that kind of like told me what I need to know. If they can't get that part together, what's the point of getting married? Because if you get knocked up, even though he raw dogging, he gonna still blame her. You knew I didn't want kids. I seen it in real life before. You knew I didn't want kids, sir. You knew you didn't want kids either. So why didn't you do what was necessary to not get somebody pregnant? And that's where the episode ends, with them two going back and forth. And the weddings will happen next week. So let's get ready, y'all. I'm guessing it's going to be one episode with the weddings, and maybe the week after that we're going to get the reunion or something. I'm guessing. The rumor mill says that Ashley is actually pregnant right now. Pregnant right now for Tyler. We shall see. Because once the weddings and stuff happen, and they have I think once the weddings happen and they have the reunion, they able to open up their social media accounts again, and start posting things, because the show has already wrapped and we've seen the episodes already and seen the outcome. But I'll see y'all next time. Like, I've been talking too long. I need to go ahead and get myself ready to go to the office. I'll see y'all. Y'all have a great, great day. Peace.